What's up, Tulane fans? We're here with Scotty Middleton, Tulane's newest basketball player. Thank you so much for joining us, Scotty. It's good to have you. What made you choose Tulane? What stood out to you at the program?
I appreciate you guys for having me, man. I'm glad to be a part of the program. Really just the atmosphere. I think that talking to the coaches, being on a short visit, obviously it's short, but I think that I really got to see what Tulane, the community was. And I think that just they're big on so much family. I think that's something I'm big on. So that's something I really enjoy seeing, just talking with Coach Hunter, um, having dinner and lunches with the guys, talking to my guy Greg. I just had a good time. I think I really enjoyed myself and kind of could really see myself being a really important piece to add into the program.
Yeah, absolutely. Is for Tulane fans who aren't as familiar with your game yet, is there an NBA player or former college basketball player that you like to watch or model your game after a little bit?
I think my favorite player, kind of all like overall, is Kobe Bryant. That's my favorite player of all time. But I think kind of model my game after, I say Brandon Ingram, kind of a Paul George, kind of like some of those like similar guys who, offensively and defensively kind of get after them both ends.
Love that. So you're a 40% three-point shooter, but you've been listed at 6'7" too. What position do you think you'll play for this Tulane team?
I think that I'm capable to play so many positions. I think that Coach Hunter is going to put me in positions to play kind of the 2, 3, 4, somewhere in in that range, kind of. So really everywhere. I think Coach Hunter is going to have me everywhere.
Yeah, your versatility will certainly be an asset, and I think fans will really enjoy watching you play. Can you talk about your connection with Greg Glenn?
We're Florida boys, so all of us Florida boys get along with each other. So I've known him for kind of a long time. Growing up, we played against each other, things like that. So we have a pretty good connection.
I know we were just talking about how you had crawfish for the first time last week. Makes me think of New Orleans. Is this your first time when you were on your visit here that you've been in New Orleans, and what did you think of the city?
Yeah, that's my first time in New Orleans. I really enjoyed it. The weather was nice. It was really hot, so I got to wear shorts. I got to wear shorts and things like that. So I think I really enjoyed it.
Awesome. You talked about Coach Ron Hunter, the family aspect, and that you just really fell in love with Tulane. But before you identified Tulane as a school that you were interested in, what types of things were you looking for in your search for a new team?
I think just to add myself, I think this team has so many good pieces already. They have a core three already. A lot of guys that are tough in this league. So I think just adding myself to a coach who has some pieces already, kind of in tone, into the team. So I think that just looking for a family, somewhere I can just be myself, somebody who's gonna coach me hard, somebody who has experience, kind of all of those things into one.
Awesome. When did you know that this was the move? Was it a conversation with the assistant coach or just your visit before the visit?
I think it was when me and Coach Hunter kind of had a talk. Me and Coach Hunter just sat down and kind of, laid it all on the table and just kind of had a talk man to man and just, put basketball aside and just, talked about if this is a good fit for me or not. We just kind of had a talk about, life, basketball, different things. I think as after that conversation with him, I kind of knew that, this is a place that I can really see myself kind of, evolving as a person, more than kind of on the floor. And, that's kind of really important to me. I think that basketball is going to handle itself, but I think that getting better as a person and being around good people, is important.
That's awesome. I think that a lot of Tulane players like to say that across sports too. Scotty, what do you want your legacy to be here at Tulane?
I think I just want to be somebody who, comes in and, somebody who just enjoys the game. I love the game of basketball and I kind of want to, show the people and enjoy it with the fans, enjoy it with, the school. I don't want to just for it to just be the basketball. I want it to be the whole school that enjoys the experience that we have. Kind of just interact with people. You know what I mean? I want to be on campus interacting with a lot of different people. So I think I just want to be somebody who is impactful. You know what I mean? Somebody who anybody can just come up to and talk to and have a conversation with at any time, and just things like that. Things like that.
Awesome. Well, I hope the students take advantage of that and get to know you, Scotty. When you're not playing basketball, what do you like to do off the court?
I like to play a lot of 2K. So I'm on the game a lot of 2K, Fortnite. I like to watch movies. Um, I like to go on walks. I enjoy bowling too.
Hmm.
Just kind of a lot of different things, to be honest.
When you're playing 2K, what game mode are you playing?
If you're not playing rec, then I don't think you're good at 2K. So you got to play rec.
That's fair. I think that's all we got for you today. Obviously, we'll have a lot more to come as you start suiting up for the wave as you play your first games here. We're super excited to have you. I know you're excited to be here, so super excited to get things rolling here. Thank you for your time, and can't wait to see it on the court.
Roll wave.
I definitely appreciate it.